Journals, if you have a question, please click the raise hand icon. We are now joined by Gotham FC head coach Juan Amorós. First win of the regular season. How are you feeling and how did the day go?
Immensely proud, no, of the performance of the team. I think the way we battled and fought in this amazing environment, because it's a really good environment to come and play, is just credit to this group of players that again, against all the adversity, they were able to bring the best version of themselves, especially on the defending side, and put that together with a moment of brilliance to score. So yeah, I'm so proud of the players, and it's really a win that means a lot. We have had the group of players really for a little bit more than a week, people adapting, and you know, we lost Mitch during the game, which for me is that bittersweet flavor. That, by the way, is another player that came from the Gold Cup. They're saying that last week, the Viña, again, we're paying the consequences of playing a tournament that should have never happened. And the team, what they did, it was, there is problems, we step up, and we come out of here with 3 points, and from back to front, the team was outstanding. And probably to highlight, we're so happy for her. Like, she's work and she's been so important for us behind the scenes, that seeing her go on the pitch and do her job to help the team to win, it was a special moment, and yeah.
All right, we'll start taking some questions. We've got Jenna Tonelli, JJ Pavlik, and Jonathan Tannenwald. We'll go in that order. Jenna Tonelli, you're up first.
Thank you. Hi, Juan. Congrats on the win. I obviously need to ask first about Midge and if there's any update on her. Obviously don't know if ACL or anything like that.
No, we don't know that, nothing yet. Obviously, she's got hurt. That's what we know. The players, myself, the staff, we wanted to win after that happened for her. But again, the same that I just mentioned, he's again another player that's been in the Gold Cup, and 10 days later, I think Emma Hayes mentioned it not long ago, like 2 weeks later, that she's injured. We're talking all the time about protecting the players. The players could not go to play an international competition after 1 week of preseason. We're seeing the consequences now. We got Rose, Lynn. Last week it was, I think, the Viña in Kansas. Now we have Mitch. And these players, unfortunately, for my experience, the clubs are going to keep paying for that competition. Unfortunately, in this case, it was Mitch. And I hope that is not too serious. Sometimes it's obviously in the women's game, we're all very concerned and worried because of the ALs, but not every injury is that, and we really hope it's not that one.
Absolutely.
Right.
And then just turning to, sorry, Chris is okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You can have a follow-up.
Sorry. Just quick follow-up. I wanted to talk about Yasmin Ryan, who came into this game at a tough moment and was able to really shine and get the assist. Just your assessment of her tonight and what she was able to bring.
Yeah, I think Jazz was the example of how a player that, she started last week, she didn't start this week, she was called upon to do the job for the team, and her attitude from the moment she finds out that she's not starting to the moment that the game finishes shows the kind of player that she is, the kind of person that she is, how she performed. And it was special because it wasn't easy for her to get in the game, and she kept fighting. It was a very, very difficult game. Portland is an amazing team. They're very, very good. I know they lost their first 2 games, but they definitely will be at the one of the teams fighting for at least the shield for sure. So I want to congratulate them because they did a very good game. They made it really difficult for us, but Jazz was outstanding and was able to execute the game. We wanted to get into those 1v1 zones on the wide areas and make sure that we make a good decision to find the players in the box. And we know if we create chances for Esther, she's gonna do what she does best, no? So yeah, very, very happy and proud of Jazz.
Thank you so much. Congrats again.
Thank you, Jenna.
Our next question will go to JJ Pavlik. JJ?
Congrats on the win. Can you just talk about the culture that you've built here, where no matter where you guys go, the scoreline is, they're resilient, they're always in the game, and you guys are able to overcome any obstacle?
Yeah, I think that's a good. Don't forget that this team is still in construction. Again, we have had a lot of changes from last year, but what we've been able to carry over is that give up mentality and also no excuses. There is a problem. We don't look at the problem. We look at the solution. The players know that. The players' attitude and work every day at training is really something that people, if they watch it, they were really impressed. For me, it's a pleasure to work with them every day. The commitment to understand what to do, how to execute it, how much it matters for them to win. And for us, it's truly, and we show it today. They are ready to, everything can be thrown at us. They find a way to come up on top. I think today was a very big challenge. We have obviously some players that were injured at the beginning of the year that were still, I think we were missing. Now we're missing Rose, Lynn, Maitane, Mitch, and the team is still pushing and pushing. And today we have Tarim back, and we had just stepping in Katie, Bruna, all the players that came off the bench. They were in the people at the back. It was the first game again that Tierna and Sam have been able to play together, and look at that performance. Cassie's adapting really well. I'm lost of words because we haven't had a lot of time to work together, but the way they're doing things is something as a coach that I'm very proud of.
Thank you, Juan.
Cassie Miller been with back-to-back shutouts, and is she now your number one goalkeeper?
Well, back-to-back shutouts, no, because we lost to San Diego, no, so probably that's not the case. But what I really like from Cassie is how she's adapting to a new style, how she's adapting her game, and she's growing into it. I think that her performance today shows that she was amazing, and in shot stopping, obviously, but then everything else that she needed to do to manage the game, she was really good. We're working a lot with her because at the moment we have only her and Michelle. I don't like to call one goalkeeper the same that we don't have a number 5 that always plays or number 4. It's the same with the goalkeepers. We want them to be competing with each other, but at the moment we all can see, Cassie is done fantastically well. She's had an amazing game today, and is building that trust with the back line, with the players around her. And on top of that, she completes dubbing, and she's a super humble, I will say, cold-headed person. So she is very important for this group of people, because at the end of the day, we're people working together, and all I can say for herself is definitely positive things. So very, very happy that she's playing and that she's got performances like today.
And then the second question, how important is it that Sam Hiatt has some previous experience playing with Tierna Davidson, and does that help putting her into start in a game like today?
Well, at the end of the day, I think when you play in our style, it's always a little bit different. That experience probably comes from a bit of time ago. And then Sam, also credit to her, she missed part of preseason through a little bit of a muscle injury in terms of playing, but then since then she's building, and is shown today her experience, her braveness to play in that position again against some of the best forwards in the world that Portland has, and the partnership with Tierna was fantastic. But then she was able to connect really well with Kelly. She was then able to connect really well with Bruna, Neely. I think that again, if you look, it's two centre backs that they are new to the team, they're new to the style, they're new to how we do things, and how they dealt today with every situation and come out of here with a clean sheet. I think is credit to them. But I don't want to forget the work that we do behind the scenes with the players that maybe didn't play today, like Macy and Mandy. They've been excellent, and I believe they were as ready. So very, very happy that Sam and Tierna had that game that they had today. So yeah, proud of them.
Thank you. I think the connection's back, and I've had a long day. Sorry for the mistake.
It's okay, Jonathan. It's always a pleasure to answer your questions, guys. It's
Hey, Sam.
Hello, sorry, don't mind me.
No, all good. What a debut for Gotham in the regular season. First time with the club at center back starting the season. So tell us just about that, about the start.
I mean, honestly, was so exciting being able to get my debut, and especially to get a win was awesome. I think I'm just really proud of the team. I think we really fought through a lot through that game and kind of had to grind it out at some moments. And so I'm really just proud of us and so happy to be a part of it. I also think, I mean, it's a really tough place to play, and kudos to the Portland fans, but at the same time, I feel like I have played in this stadium so many times. So I don't know, it was new, but at the same time, I was walking out, I was like, okay, I've played here before. So at the same time, almost kind of comforting, like, yep, back in Portland.
Great. So we'll start with Jenna Tonelli from Equalizer Soccer, and then that's followed by Jonathan Tannewell from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Jenna.
Hi, Sam. Congrats on your debut and your win and all that. I just wanted to see if you could talk a little bit about playing with Tierna Davidson, what that was like, your partnership with her. Obviously, Maitane is injured right now, so we had seen her in the Challenge Cup, but just what it has been like for you working on that back line, especially with Tierna.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great playing with T. Obviously, she's a fantastic center back and just a great person to pair with. I think her experience and her voice is something that I love playing next to. I mean, going all the way back to Stanford days, I've loved playing with T. So definitely a sense of comfort there. And again, just playing with her, someone who, communicates and is so good on the ball, makes, it easy on any partner. So I was just glad to be able to get some minutes with her.
Absolutely. And just if you could also just talk about, like you already mentioned a little bit, you obviously have played in Portland many times and so many big games in there. But yeah, just like going back to play in a stadium like Portland and to be able to get a win in an environment like that, like just what is that any kind of like extra special feeling for you, just kind of knowing how hard that can be in that environment?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, any win in this league is huge, period. I think wins on the road even more so. And then, I mean, winning at Portland again, I think their fans do a great job of creating such a difficult environment to play in. And so it's definitely something that I know I think about in a good way when I'm coming to play here, just knowing to have like a little bit of extra mentality, know that I might need to yell a little bit louder to be heard and things like that. So you kind of just always know it's going to be a good match and a good fight and just a really good environment, a lot of energy coming to play here. So I definitely mentally prepared and kind of just noted that again in the same way, just having been here a couple times and experienced it, especially on the receiving end as the away team, you just kind of got to prepare a little bit.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Congrats again.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Jonathan Tannewell.
Thanks, Krista. Hi, Sam, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Does this Portland team seem at all different from ones you've played before? Obviously, so many of them are similar, but Jessie Fleming's in there now, and Olivia Moultrie is a year older and an even bigger part of what they do. Was in that regard, was this game different from the ones you played there before?
I mean, I definitely think anytime you bring in new personalities, that is going to change a team and change the way they play a little bit. So, obviously Jessie's such a great player. And so I think she definitely maybe changed the look of their midfield. Again, mentioned Olivia Moultrie having more minutes and being more just comfortable as well. But at the same time, I do think the players who are the same as last year, the ones who are the same, bring the same energy and the same, Morgan Weaver, Sinclair. So I think they did a good job of bringing the same energy and the same Portland mentality that I'm familiar with playing against. Job today was pretty similar, I think, to previous years. But I guess to answer the question, definitely new players will change the tone of a team to a certain extent. So there was that, but also I did I feel like at sometimes just feel like, okay, this is just like another Portland game. You know what I mean? Like they're going to bring the energy. They're going to fight. They've got great forwards that I'm going to have to, contend with. So some new, but at the same time, some things felt familiar.
And when Midge went out, not only because she went out, but at the time that she did, right in first half stoppage time, and how that affects things with how you have to make a substitution at that point in the game. Obviously, you're on the back line. It's sort of at the other end of the field, but did much change for you, and did you sense much change with the team and how it played the rest of the game?
I mean, I think it's a difficult aspect of our jobs anytime someone has to go out, early or leave injured, just because, that's my friend, that's my teammate, I'm worried. But at the same time, we still have a job to do, and you have to kind of turn your focus to that. And I think Yaz did an amazing job coming in, like at a difficult time, as you mentioned, like the first half stoppage time, which is still a good amount of time, like 6 minutes, and just coming in and seeing out the half first and foremost and filling that role, but then obviously doing such an amazing job in the second half too. So I think, it hurts, and it's sad anytime these situations happen, but I think we have a great group, and I knew whoever is going to be coming in would be able to step up and fill that role and do their job. And again, Yaz did great, both in that specific kind of crazy end of the first half and also obviously in the second half as well.
All right. Next up, we'll go to Jenna Tennille. Jenna?
Yes, one more from me. Thanks so much for your time, Sam. I just wanted to ask how it's been adjusting to playing under Juan Carlos Amorós. I know, Gotham has a very distinct style, lots of high pressing, high line, all that. And just kind of what it's been like for you settling into the organized chaos, as I know he loves to call it.
Yeah, it's definitely been different, and I do mean that like in the best way. I think anytime you change environments and change teams, especially coming from somewhere where I'd been in the same place for 4 years, I knew it was going to be an adjustment. But I think the coaching staff and the team, the players too, everyone's done a really good job of kind of helping me get up to speed and helping us new players kind of merge into this, not necessarily new style, but new for us. And so I think everyone's done a really good job. I think I'm growing for sure as a player. That happens when you go somewhere new, and yeah, it's a challenge, but for that, that's something I'm excited about. So it's new and different, but in a good way. And I think everyone, the team as a whole and the club as a whole, have done a great job making that transition as seamless as possible. And I would say like even like on and off the field.
All right. And we've got one more from Jonathan Tannenwald. Jonathan.
Thanks, Chris. I did want to ask also about Cassie Miller and what you made of her performance tonight, and getting to know her and what she's done as a fellow newcomer at this club. Thanks.
Oh yeah, Cassie. Well, Cassie obviously, as anyone watching the game saw, was fantastic tonight. And I think she's been doing so well too. I'm so happy for her. And as a center back, I think you have a feeling when there's a goalkeeper behind you where, we're going to do our best to try and minimize the shots, but sometimes some are going to get through, and there's a feeling of just confidence when you have a goalkeeper behind you where, okay, this shot might get through, but turning around, like I have so much confidence in her, and like a presence, I would say. And so I think she has a great presence back there on defense, and I can, hear her voice, and it's so cool. And then obviously she is amazing on offense too, with her distribution, which I think just adds such dimension and variety to our attack as well. Yeah, I've been doing great, and I speak highly enough about her, both as a person and a player.
All right. We appreciate you.